Everybody. Today, I have some very, very exciting news. As you can see in the card evolution, I have an exclamation point because Isaiah Thomas, 1,500 of 1,500 points, check. 100 of 100 three-pointers, check. 100 of 100 assists, check. So as you can see on the right hand side, if I scroll down, I'm about to get +5s across the board for a driving layup, draw foul, ball handling, speed with ball. It's essentially getting like tons of diamond shoes, right? But look, gold acrobat, gold relentless finisher, consistent finisher, giant slayer, slithery finisher. They're all about to be upgraded to Hall of Fame. So here we go. And there it is. Diamond Isaiah Thomas. I have to get him to Pink Diamond and ultimately Galaxy Opal. That is my goal. As you can see, the score for the next evolution is 3,000, so double the three-pointers, double the assists, and I have to play 75 games, which essentially you have to do anyway. And the upgrades, I'm going to get 6 more Hall of Fame badges. Oh, I'm sorry, 11 more Hall of Fame badges, and then 1 gold clutch shooter. Let's look at something real quick. So he is under this thing right here, which I think is checklist. So here he is. He's now a diamond. Let me just show you the stats. He's at 92 offense and 76 defense, but I don't even worry about defense because as you can see, the statistics that are needed for his upgrade is all offense. Assists, three-pointers, and points. Okay. It has taken me 35 games to get him to score 1,500 points and hit 100 three-pointers and 100 assists. I'll be honest, I think I hit 100 three-pointers with about 30 games, and then assists, I probably got there somewhere in the 25 range. So I'm going to record these stats just to kind of keep my sanity so I know what's going on. 35 games to diamond, and I'm guessing since I have to score 3,000, essentially everything is doubled. So I think, yeah, it's probably going to take about 70 games, 75 games for sure. But, depending on the minutes and the difficulty of the computer, most of the games seem to be around pro, maybe all-star. I score on the average of 13 points a minute. 13 points per quarter. So, you do the math. I can essentially score about 80 points for 5-minute quarter games, okay? But what I wanted to do for you is show you at least a gameplay with Diamond Isaiah Thomas. He now has 34 gold and 5 Hall of Fame badges. Before, he didn't have any Hall of Fame badges. And let's put it to theory. I am going to, at one point, the diamond shoes are a little more expensive than I want to pay right now. I don't want the 3 boosts. I want the shoes that give you 5 boosts. So anyway, I just want to see how fast he is. So I played these 3. They were 3 minutes apiece, and I was averaging about 50 points a game there. So essentially, if I can score 13 points a minute, this one, I should be able to increase. You know what? I'm going to take that back. So I was scoring 13, so about 50 points for 3-minute quarters. And then for 4 minutes, you essentially add another 4. So I should be scoring in the neighborhood of 16 points a minute for 4-minute quarters, which is essentially 64 points. So let's put it to theory with my new diamond. You know what? Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I have lots of players. I don't need to burn any. Who's out of? Oh, okay. So what I typically do is I have three. I have 3 players that are very good, and then I have 5 burners, if you will. I have tons of emeralds, so I was, going through them, but I could essentially pick any one of these because I'm never going to play these guys anyway, ever. And then I will have a full lineup of really good players if I need to, but right now, essentially, I don't need to because teams are not difficult. So Siakam, I copped him the other day from Moments. I also have Kyrie Irving. He's not in the lineup, though. And then, of course, Wilt Chamberlain, he's just a complete beast. And then John Stockton, just in case things get out of hand, but things haven't gotten out of hand. So my goal here is, what did I say, about 17 points a quarter with Isaiah Thomas when he was an Amethyst. And then this right here, Pro difficulty 4 minutes, so we'll see how many points I'm going to score. Let's see. 3-minute quarters, and then say 16 for 4-minute quarters, and then essentially 20-minute for 5-minute quarters equals 80 points. And then this was as an Amethyst. Now as a Diamond, I'm guessing with my speed increase, I saw +5. He was at 86 with speed and speed with ball. Now he's at 91. So we shall see how many points he scores. Because essentially, so this is what I've been doing. I mean, you'll see what I'm going to do throughout the game. Let's see. Now, I did look on YouTube earlier today. Halloween is a national holiday in my household, so I always take Halloween off. So I knew I was going to have a couple of hours to devote to this game today, and I knew I was going to have Isaiah evolve to Diamond today. So I looked him up on YouTube. I saw, one of those fancy guys on YouTube that play 2K all the time, where he has a pink diamond already. Woo! Pink diamond Isaiah Thomas already. I think his title was World's First Pink Diamond Isaiah Thomas. That might be true. I didn't see anything about diamond, and that was my search. Diamond Isaiah Thomas NBA 2K20. I didn't find any. I did find that one pink diamond. I'm hoping his stamina is a bit higher. So what I do is that was a forced 3-pointer, but usually they play off of me a little bit, and he does have a pretty sweet range. So essentially, one thing I will, one of my tips is you have to go into practice, freestyle, I think it's called, in my team. And what you want to do is essentially practice shooting, but more importantly, in the practice session, the freestyle session, there is a way for you to essentially find out the hot zones, right? So all you got to do is press the the timeout button, whatever you want to call it, the touchpad. And during the freestyle, what it does, it brings up the hot zones. Everywhere that's red, usually for somebody like a guard, it's pretty much red everywhere. If you have a good player like Isaiah Thomas, for somebody like Wilt Chamberlain, three-point range is not going to be hot spots, but everything in the paint, essentially, etc., etc. But anyway, so what I've learned is where Isaiah Thomas has his hot zones, which interestingly enough, I do wonder with the diamond if his hot zone has increased. But anyway, the top of the key to the right and to the left at the three-point range are the hot zones. And a lot of times when I hit threes from those spots, the badge on the upper right-hand corner, sometimes you know how badges are showing that was at play or essentially gave you the boost. It pops up as hot zone hunter. So right here is definitely his hot zone. So, when they play off like that, like idiots, just do this. I don't make them all the time. And here's the other hot zone. See, he's essentially playing. Or I can always do this. So I was scoring a ton of points with him just by wheezing by whoever the defender is. The only player that has given me problem was Pat Beverly of Clippers. He was very tough. When I used my turbo button, I couldn't get by him like I did just there. Murray, I can get by him relatively easily. So right now, I am contemplating a diamond shoe because I am going to play Isaiah Thomas until he is Galaxy Opal, and then, not until, but, until I get more than 13 Galaxy Opals and a better and faster shooting guard, point guard, which I don't know. That could be at the end of the season. Who knows? But I am going to put diamond contract on him. I have enough contracts on him right now, I think, to get to pink diamond status. And then after that, I'm going to put a diamond contract on him. The diamond shoes are just notoriously expensive. So right now I am approximately right at the average of 16 points per 4-minute quarter. I'm hoping to score about 64 points every time there's a 4-minute quarter games. But, I'll be honest. I don't know if it's me or the game, but, I heat up the more I play. So essentially I score more as the game wears on, even though my stamina decreases. So, there we go. Very nice. So we scored 15 points. My first game as a diamond, Isaiah Thomas. I'm at 18, obviously. I had played, like when I played 13 against 13 pink diamond Dr. J's on Hall of Fame difficulty. Wilt Chamberlain was unstoppable. I figured, just common sense, right? You can watch that video. That one is one of my most, or the fastest views, the video, because I think a lot of people are having a problem trying to beat that monster of a team on a Hall of Fame difficulty. But to me, it's pretty common sense. Dr. J has a lot of strengths, but one weakness he does have when you're comparing him against somebody like Wilt Chamberlain is, well, he's not 7 foot tall, and he's not going to be able to defend a Hall of Fame Wilt Chamberlain. Pink Diamond Wilt Chamberlain, I'm sorry, he's just not. So I was right. But in that game, clearly, I didn't score a ton of points with Isaiah Thomas because I didn't even try. Okay, so 22-12. You know, these weekly challenges, whatever they're called, I highly recommend doing them because you get like, I don't know, 6,000 to 8,000 my team points and 6 tokens when you complete them, and you know they're basically practice because they're not very difficult. Oh, that was I usually don't turn the ball over. I don't know what that was. A lot of times I don't even talk when I'm playing because it is a distraction for me. I don't concentrate as well, you know. Oh, I keep filing people. Let's see. It's okay. So my team, starting 5, the best, you know, with the position lock this year, I can't just put all 3 pink diamond players in the lineup. But see how he just gave me a little bit of space? Yeah, you just got to fire it up. I'll run the entire game with the starting 5. Will Chamberlain has incredible stamina. He doesn't even get the Gatorade sign. The only one that gets the Gatorade, you know, sub me out sign, stamina indicator, has been Isaiah Thomas at the Amethyst. I'm hoping his stamina has increased and I can play him the entire game without having to worry about his stamina. That was very sweet. So if I'm going to average 16 points per 4-minute quarter, so essentially, yeah, 4 points per minute. If I'm going to do that, then I need to have Isaiah Thomas score. Chamberlain is just a beast, man. Score 2 more baskets, 4 more points. But I will set him up for 3-pointers. I'm fishing, see, right here. He's going to go away. When he does, I feel like he's open. Whoop, whoop. They do like to double team me. I will admit that. Oh, there it is. So now, if I just do a quick layup, I will stay on target. I think the guy, I should know his name. You know, he's a big-time YouTuber guy. You know, he's the one that posted Isaiah Thomas, how to quickly evolve him, and you know, he's like, go to domination, pick a 1-star worst team, and just go nuts with Isaiah Thomas. And essentially, using that method, you will get him to score about 80 points or so. You know, I've done that, but you know, my argument is, well, one, the monotony of it all, you know, and you don't want this game to be, you know, it's already grinding enough. You don't want it to feel like it's boring on top of it. So I do domination. I think the 2020, you know, this year's team domination is easy enough, even at 3 stars, that I can score still about 80 points for 5-minute quarters. So I don't need to rely on, I don't need to rely on using 1-star domination, which you essentially only get my team points, but not, you know, not like you're playing the new domination and progressing thereof. So Anyway, there are a lot of different ways. The challenges, even though some of them are only 3 minutes long, 3-minute quarters, they do give me an opportunity to score 50 some odd points. Plus the trade-off is I only have to invest 20 minutes versus 30 minutes for 5-minute quarters. So you just got to balance things out. I mean, I got to play 70 some games. I've played 35 games with Isaiah Thomas, as you saw. Now I'm going to have to go even longer than that, and I think I copped him as a sixth man collector reward. I don't know. I can go back and look right around middle of October. So, essentially it took look how sweet his moves, man. I'm telling you. Essentially it took, a little over 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. I do have a job, and I do have a family. I love my family, and I like to spend time with them. And I rely on my career to take care of my family. So I can't do it all the time, but obviously I'm on a mission. I don't know what. I've already hit 99 on my career. So I feel like I've done that, and now I can invest more time on my team. So I've collected a little over 1,100 cards. Next reward is 200 tokens. I have Eddie Jones Diamond already. I will get to the GOAT, just like I did in NBA 2K19. That Galaxy Opal Giannis was well worth all the money and time that I spent. And this year, they're making it, I think, better, because I believe I get several or 3 Galaxy Opals on the way to the GOAT collector. And Anthony Davis, the ultimate card collector reward this year at 2,900 cards. Last year was only 25. But, this year they introduced 2K, introduced evolution cards. So, we have a lot of different ways to get to 2,900. I think I saw in my team records, how they have, the highest winning empty point card of the week, the most triple threat wins yesterday and the week, and how many evolution cards or how many evolutions somebody has had, etc. Anyway, on that leaderboard, if you will, someone has collected over 3,000 cards already. So, I've always wondered, I don't know why they don't show it. 2K could easily say, this is how many unique cards we've released, and that way you can kind of, track your collection level against what's been released. But I'm guessing whoever this guy is, he's collected every card that's been released so far, which I am completely impressed. I guess if I were independently wealthy and had all the time in the world, I too might spend money and time trying to get to every card that's been released. I mean, how sweet would it be, honestly, to go into the auction house and see that every card has that little yellow, you own this card. I think that would be sweet. But, I think my problem is anytime I buy 3 20 packs, essentially you run out of space to send cards to the auction house. Because I feel like the auction house and MT points, that's your way of recouping cash, because you're not going to cop everything. I am keeping track, and I will share it, in a week or two, what is going on in terms of NBA 2K20 and, you know, your chances of copping Pink Diamond, Diamond, Amethyst. The odds are not good, I'll be honest with you. Last time I checked, you know, Pink Diamond rate is well below 1%. Essentially, you have to buy hundreds. I think it's, I don't want to misspeak, but, you know, going by memory, like I said, I'm keeping record. So I'm at 55 points through 3 quarters. I only need 9 more points to average 16 points per quarter, or 4 points per minute, and I think I'm doing a little better than that. Again, I'm going by Amethyst, you know, points per minute or points per quarter. Right now, as my first game with Diamond, Isaiah Thomas, he seems to be scoring at a little faster velocity, if you will. I'm scoring more points with him per minute. So we'll figure out what the final number looks like. He does get blocked a lot. That's something that you're going to have to live with, because I think he's listed as 5'9", but he might be 5'8" actually, essentially with no shoes maybe. But anyway, the pack odds of copping a Pink Diamond, I want to say it's like 1 in 800 packs, 800 cards. So, you know, divide that by 5 cards per pack if you want to do it that way. In other words, you're going to have to spend a lot of money to get really good cards. So my point is, when you get really, really good cards, you want to convert them to MT points so that you can then use that to buy a Pink Diamond or whatever card you were not able to open in packs. So, but, you know, like every 220 packs, I feel like fills up auction house, and I wish they would increase the limit of 50 cards you could have at any one time to, you know, 100 or limitless, because that way you can constantly just open packs and then send packs to the auction house to recoup, and you don't have to, you know, stop and wait until the next day, because once the auction house of 50 is maxed out, yeah, I mean, I got to let my auction go at least 4 hours or 12 hours, you know, and essentially you got to wait, because otherwise if you sell it back to 2K without going through the auction house, you're selling most of your cards pennies on the dollar, you know. Like Pink Diamonds are only 3,000 MT if you sell it back to 2K, and I'm pretty sure rookies have made that mistake. I certainly did when I first started. I didn't know what was going on. I think that was in 2K18. But yeah, you know, I will consider myself a veteran. I'm not very good, I'll be honest. I do well with computers, even in I would say in my career, I do well with against the computer. I do okay in the rec. You know, I think I'm about 50% win rate. I average about 18 points a game. But my point is, if I were to take my team to unlimited, I would struggle, I think. You know, if I have really good cards and I'm rated 99 overall and I'm playing against somebody else that's 99 overall, I'm just not going to win. So one thing I have noticed, I will admit, and I will share this tip with you, is the fact that Isaiah Thomas now has Gatorade, you know, low stamina. But, you know, I believe I was seeing that in the third quarter with 5-minute quarter games when he was in Amethyst. So, you know, his stamina has increased, which you would expect. And one of these days, very soon, I have to decide, am I going to get, what kind of diamond shoes am I going to buy and put on Isaiah Thomas? Something that helps him with stamina so that my journey to Galaxy Opal is easier, meaning I play him all 20 minutes and he is at his best? Or do I buy a pair of diamond shoes that will give him more speed so that he can have easier time scoring and whiz by opponents like this? Oh man. But anyway, those are the types of things. Okay, so 66 points. I'm going to say right now, Diamond versus Amethyst. I don't know that it's definitive that he's better or he can score more. I would say right now it's a wash. But maybe, I didn't do as well because I talked too much. I don't know. But so it's 68 points for 4-minute quarter, and I am well on my way to pink diamond status. So, well, you saw how I just use them. That's what I do. This is how I was able to get upgrade Isaiah Thomas from Amethyst to Diamond in 35 games. He just scores 95 to 100% of all the points in every game. Otherwise, it's just going to take way too long. A lot of people on Twitter I've noticed, I don't have Twitter, but I go to the NBA 2K20 My Team Twitter because they just tell you, lots of useful information about card drops and locker codes. A lot of people complain they don't want evolution cards now because they don't want to play 200 games. I've yet to see 200 game requirement, but it is what it is. You can't have everything you want, and sometimes you're just gonna have to go with what they give you. I think that's sort of the key to happiness in life. Try to enjoy what you have and don't complain as much. But before I log off, here we go. He made 10 3-pointers in that game. So, once again, it looks like I'm going to get to 200 3-pointers before I get to 3,000 points. The assist thing, that's real easy, I'm telling you. I'm not even concerned about that. At some point, I'm going to start dishing out assists and scoring. But right now, I know for a fact it's going to take longer to get to 3,000 points than any of the other requirements for him to upgrade to pink diamond. But pink diamond is going to be sweet. Look at that. His defense, his 3-point shot is going to go from 84 to 11 to 95 as a pink diamond. Right now you saw I'm making 3-pointers relatively easily. I can't imagine him having easier time making 3-pointers. But so take care, and we will talk to you again very soon. Thank you.